Welcome back to Chuckstable Media. After my last video last week, where I was informing you regarding your future, your investment, and what you need to do to have extra income in case you like to do that. And I will say you don't have to like to do that. You must do that. And that is why I'm here to talk about finance with you. On this channel, Chucky Finance, where we'll be explaining to each other, advising each other on what to invest in and what not to invest in, like I said in my last video. Now, the time is going and the time is running out. If you consider that, when I talk about this, the stock market in Nigeria and the banks coming into the market to raise money, to raise funds, to show up their capital, I think it is compulsory that we take this opportunity now, like I explained in that last video. If you haven't seen the video, I will advise that you go on this channel again, search for it, and look and listen to it, and you try to pick something out of it. You don't have to invest, like I said before, but it is a must for you to do. But listening to this as well, if you're an expert in the field of investment, and you are an expert, I mean, in trading in stock, investing and stuff, please come on this channel and let us talk together. Give us advice as well. Put your opinion, because I mean, I am not an expert in this field. I'm just an investor too, and I'm trying my best to show what I do also to you, my good listener. If you would like to follow what I do as an example, you don't have to sit idle, and that is not acceptable at all. Do something to make something. Take some risk as well. This is life, and you have to take some risk. Life is about risk as well. Put your money somewhere to get something back. Nothing venture, nothing gained. And that's why I'm here again, to follow up on that video. You know, I talk about 4 banks coming to the market to raise money, and I mentioned Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank is right here now, and I want to warn you as well, as per the time. The time is running out now for the first 3 banks that I mentioned to you. Access Bank is going now. I think it's closing tomorrow, so you have to do something about it now. Fidelity Bank is going as well. You have to do something about it tomorrow before the close of the market, so that at least you can submit your form to your stockbrokers before, you know, the chances also passes on. You know, be careful about it, and the time is now. Please try to do something about it. JITCO is also around there now, so please think about it and do something about it. So put your money somewhere to make money for you. Let your money work for you, and that's what I'm trying to say. So watch out for what is going to close tomorrow. Those banks that are going to close their shares tomorrow from the market. So now, and you know, put your money there if you really like to do what I do too. If you really want to invest, I really like your money to work for you. So now I'm coming back to you now to tell you that eventually I've got hold of the information regarding Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank is out now, also trying to raise money. So they also come out with 2 combinations: public offer and right issue. You remember I explained to you the right issue regarding the right issue the last time. So then try to watch the video and try to see. So Zenith Bank is out now. They want to raise money to show up their own capital regarding the instruction given to them by the central bank. They need to recapitalize, and majority of the bank also need to recapitalize. Not only recapitalization right now, I think they also want to have more money also to do more business. Like I told you, bank also do business. They put your money somewhere to pay you interest. They pay you as well. They put your money somewhere to hand you more dividends, and that's what they pay to you, and that's what you make exactly. And several other advantage if you have to be if you are an investor in any company, like I said. So try to do something about it. Zenith is out now, and I want to inform you that, you know, Zenith Bank is in the class of JITCO. If you watch the data analysis, you will see that they are in the same class and they do the same business. So if you want to choose between Zenith and Guaranteed Trust, try to put the figure to try to check their data, their figures, put them together side by side to be able to pick which one you think is the best for you to invest in. But for me, I'm not an advisor here, but what I do is I also invest as well. So for me, after checking the figures, the data they have for you, at the same time, try to just, make some minimal investment in whatever it is, that you can invest in, so far it is the genuine way to do it. Put money there in Jitco, put money there in assets for me, but at the same time, to learn more about all the terminologies, to learn more about the businesses, to learn more about what they want to use the money for, try to do something about it. Check their data and see how well they are performing in the market. It is a fact that they are in the same class, Jitco and Zenith Bank. These two banks that I'm talking about, according to the record and the data, they've never disappointed their shareholders. So if you get in there too, you will not be disappointed. Depends on how much you invest in this market, in this bank and in this this sector, and it is the same type of amount of money that you will get also in return. The numbers of shares you get and the numbers of the amounts equal to the amount of dividend you will receive, because I can see that these banks, they always pay their shareholders all the time. They pay their dividends all the time. So it is worth investing in. So let us go into the details of the data of what they want to do, or what they want to use the money for, and how much they want to raise. So far so good. According to what I have with me, I can see that the numbers of shares that Zenith Bank wants to raise this time around is about 80 billion numbers of shares. That is what they want to raise, and at the same time they have the share unit 5 billion 232748964 unit of shares as right for for those people that have invested in them before. I mean the current shareholders. That is what I mean. If you are there already, so out of these figures that I mentioned, you can also try to pick, the numbers of shares that you think is okay for you as a right offer. Then the numbers, the units, the share unit they have in the public, they are displaying their public offer is 2,767,251,036. That is what they are. That is what they have in the market for you to take advantage. If you are a new person to the bank, you don't have shares in the bank before, and you actually want to invest in the bank, so it is on public offer now, and that is what you will get, and out of those numbers, and that is where you're going to pick out and become the shareholder to that company. So my stockbroker also sent me the notification, because what we saw before was the signing of the document by the officials of Zenith Bank, but now we have the document. So my stockbroker sent to me the document explaining, what they want to do with the, what they are offering to the market. Therein you can also see the prospectus. If you have a shareholder, if you have a stockbroker, ask them for that as well, to try to see what they have for you. You understand? So I have this from my stockbroker, and it's saying to me 290 billion now open Zenith Bank. 290 billion. This is now open Zenith Bank PLC combined right issue and public offer. So they are now in the market, and that is exactly what I'm trying to explain to you. And this is my source as well. If you want to go check them out, United Capital PLC is my source, and that is what I'm giving. They said, dear value customer, we are pleased to inform you that Zenith Bank PLC combined right issue and the public offer up to 290 billion is now open. The offer closes on Monday 9th September 2024. They said issuer Zenith Bank, and the numbers of share issue, like I said, 8 billion is what they are issuing now, and the method of offer is for the right issue. I've mentioned the number, and the public offer I've mentioned the number also in billions, 5 billion and 2 billion in plus. That's exactly what they are offering to us. Then what is the subscription price? What is the price that you're going to buy these? If you're buying the right issue as a shareholder, already shareholder, holding shares of Zenith Bank, like I said, you will be buying at 36 naira. That is what you buy for. Then if you are buying the public offer, then you are buying at 36 naira 50 kobo, and that is what you are buying. So the difference of 50 kobo for you that you are coming in as a new shareholder. So on the 30 and 50 naira discount, or 50 kobo discount, sorry, for the right issue. So you can apply and do something about it. Then the qualification date, the right issue qualification date, your name qualification date. So your name must already be in the register of Zenith Bank to be able to enjoy the right issue that we're talking about. So I have one new share here, one new ordinary share for every 6 ordinary shares that you own. So that is the ratio. So then I have talked about the qualification date is what I mentioned before. So the qualification date, your name must have already been in the register as at Wednesday, 24th of July 2024. So to be able to enjoy, you can also check. They've given a link whereby you can check if you are already a shareholder and you want to know if you are qualified to have the chance to have the right issue of this bank that I'm talking about. So then the minimum you can subscribe to when you buy this is 36 naira 50 kobo multiplied by 250, so that the minimum you are buying that is open for you to buy is 250 shares. That is what you can buy, 250. That is the minimum. So, and I used to say, you waste money on so many things. Why not use your money to buy these shares and just keep it somewhere? Because 3650 multiplied by 250, that is what you will get. And what is that exactly? Let's try to work it out and try to see. So pick your calculator and let us try to work it out and see if it is okay for you to invest in. So we have 3650 kobo multiplied by what? Multiply by 250. So what you are spending now is less than 10,000 naira to invest in this bank. 9,125. That's what you have to spend now to invest in this bank. Put your money aside and invest in this bank. You know how many 9,000 you spend for nothing that wouldn't yield you anything at the end of the day. So put your money there. It's worth doing. Don't worry about it, no matter how little it is. Start from 250. From there, you can now proceed and have more and buy more. Go buy in the secondary market. You can add more to it, and that is the chance you have now. So the opening date of the offer is 1st of August 2024. So you see now, because it just announced that day, we saw them signing the document. So the offer has opened since August 1st, the beginning of the month 2024, and the offer is closing on Monday, September 9, 2024. So we have the chance until 9th of September next month for this for us to apply for these shares. So try to do something about it. You still have the time. So my stockbroker continues to say to subscribe to this right issue, please follow this step, and they explain the step to you. And like I said, you can check if you are qualified or not. So you have this here, and contact your stockbrokers as well. Ask them this question, or go to this bank, go to Zenith Bank and tell them you need to buy their shares. They will explain things to you, what you need to do and what is required of you and the stock. They don't say everybody is qualified to buy this. So far you have the money, the amount for the minimum share they offer in the market. So that's what you have to do, and that is what I'm calling upon you to do right now. So please do something about it before it is too late. So now I will bring to you from Flow Finance. So give us a little bit of analysis she did about comparing these two banks, the JITCO Guaranteed Trust, and at the same time with Zenith Bank. And you will enjoy it. It's about data crunching. She crunched the data she collected, and I really agree with her totally on the way she crunched the data. So I need not to say more about this. You can also watch on our channel or see what I'm putting here on this channel as well.
We need to compare and contrast with another bank that I will say is as bank. Yeah, the bank I've chosen to compare them with. GT Bank is also doing a public offer, but their own offer price is 44 naira 50 kobo per share, 8 naira more than Zenith Bank's public offer price. Here's a comparison of the two companies using the most important indicators to me as an investor. What do you consider before you buy into a company? Please let me know below. Yeah, what is important to you? All the data I'm using here today, yes, we are chopping statistics. All the data I'm using here today, I got from Zenith and GT Bank's website, from their financial reports for each year. If you want to know how I extract this data for this analysis, the link will be below, okay? I have an ebook for that. Let's start with what the prices of the shares of these companies have been over the past 5 years. Yes, the analysis is for the past 5 years. That's enough for us to do the analysis. 5 years is enough. Yeah. GT Bank's share price used to be much higher than that of Zenith, but in the past 3 years, their share prices became about the same. Earnings per share, even when the share price of GT Bank was higher than that of Zenith, they were making about the same profits. You can see in 2019, the share price of GT Bank was almost double that of Zenith, but they made the same amount of money the same year. GT Bank made 6 naira 96 kobo per share, while Zenith Bank made 6 naira 65 kobo per share. Hardly any difference, yeah? Share price is truly not an indicator that a company is doing well. It's your job as an investor to look into their books and make informed decisions before buying. The same thing happened in 2020. GT Bank was selling at an average share price of 25 naira per share. Zenith Bank was selling at 16 naira 80 kobo per share. Remember, this was average share price for that year for both companies. In spite of the price difference, they once again made about the same profit. And look at 2021. The share price of GT Bank is still more than that of Zenith, but Zenith made more money than GT Bank, and since then Zenith has been making more money for shareholders than GT Bank. I know that these earnings are quoted on a per share basis. I also know that they may not have equal amounts of shares, but this number contributes to how much you will get as a shareholder if you buy into these companies. So it matters to you as an investor. Let's continue. Last year, 2023, you can see that these banks made a lot more money than the previous years. So when they tell you our profits rose by 300% in 1 year, that is from Forex, also known as windfall, that came with Tinubu's regime. With the floating of the naira, banks brought out the foreign money that they've been hoarding and started selling it and made 300%. Yeah, that's where that 300% profit came from, because the dollar was around 500 naira before the floating of the naira. And then it went up to 1,800 naira per dollar. So you do the math. And now they want to be taxed 50% on that windfall. Or is it 70% now? I read in the news recently that is now itching for 70% tax on it. Also, they were not allowed to use it to pay dividends. Now, how much did these banks pay their shareholders? Now, that one, they important to us. You can see that even when GT Bank shares were trading at a much higher price than Zenith, Zenith was paying the same dividend in Naira and Kobo as GT Bank. In the world of investing, that means that Zenith Bank's investors were getting a higher return on investment than the GT Bank investors. Let's say Mr. A bought 1,000 GT Bank shares in 2019 and Mrs. B bought 1,000 Zenith Bank shares in the same 2019. At the end of the financial year, GT Bank paid 2 naira 80 kobo per share in dividends, and Zenith Bank also paid 2 naira 80 kobo per share in dividends. Mr. A invested 1,000 multiplied by 30 naira 65 kobo. That will give you 30,650 naira, and he was paid 1,000 multiplied by 2 naira 80 kobo, which is 2,800 naira as dividend. Mrs. B, on the other hand, invested 1,000 multiplied by 18 naira 80 kobo, which was the average share price of Zenith shares in 2019. So she invested 18,800 naira and was paid the same amount as Mr. A at the end of the financial year 2019. So Mrs. B has also received 2,800 naira. Who got a better deal as far as investing in these two banks is concerned? Let me know in the comments. This one shouldn't be hard, should it? In 2020, again, they both paid the same amount in dividends. In 2021, Zenith Bank overtook GT Bank in dividend payouts. And from the next year, it looks like GT Bank started copying Zenith. They paid what Zenith paid the previous year. The same in 2022. And last year, 2023, you see what I was saying, that they were not allowed to pay dividends from the Forex windfall. In spite of all the profit they made in 2023, they still paid only a slight increase from what they paid the previous year. Here's the dividend yield, which summarizes the Mr. A and Mrs. B illustration I did earlier. Dividend yield is pretty much the interest you got from the investment, your ROI, return on investment. Remember, this is from historical data below. You can see that between these two companies, Zenith typically gives you more returns on investment, except for 2022 when they paid about the same dividend yield. Another important thing to an investor is dividend payout ratio. What percentage of their earnings is the company you invested in paying you as dividends? Can the company pay you better dividends, but they're not doing so simply because they're stingy? You can see that both of these companies are not stingy at all. They are consistently paying at least 40% of their earnings to their investors. You can see that the dividend payout ratio for 2023 is low. Again, that's what I said about them not being allowed to pay dividends with the windfall from Forex. That's why they made a lot of money last year, but they did not pay out the usual 40% minimum in dividend payouts. Then PE ratio. These two companies have similar PE ratio, with GT Bank's slightly higher, which shows that GT Bank shares is slightly overpriced. Yes, PE ratio is also an indication of whether the share price of a particular company is okay based on the money that you're making from that company.
Thank you for listening. This is Chokitable Media. In case you want to discuss anything with me about this offer that is just in the market that is open now regarding Zenith Bank, please don't forget to put your comment in the comment section and let us talk about it. And whatever it is we can discuss, don't be shy. I started from somewhere too. You can also start from somewhere. We don't have to be ashamed of ourselves. I mean, because we want to ask questions. So there's no stupid question, there's no foolish question. So put your comment in the comment section and let us discuss. We will talk about it and I'll give you my own direction. I can also direct you to where? Direct you to my own share, to my stockbroker as well. If you want to use my stockbroker, I'll give you the link, who to call and what to do about it. And that's just it. I'm not taking anything for this. You're not paying me anything and I don't want your money. I just want you to make more money for yourself, but I'll give you the right link. No middleman, and that is it. And this is a caveat. United Capital they do not ask me, or they didn't ask me to do advertisement for them. But I know this question will come later in the future and asking me, who is your own stockbroker and how you do it with them. So that's why I'm giving this to you. So you can also try them and see and invest in them. So and that is just it for now. So I'll be waiting for your comment. Let's talk about it. See you next time. And I did not forget, or I don't forget my own promise that I'll be coming to you from time to time to give you, information about terminologies and all this stuff, and talk about the market generally. Like I said, the stock market and supermarket and so all the rest, and the financial market. We talk about everything that you can invest in. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and God bless you as you do. See you next time. Bye bye for now.